Hi everyone, it's Jenny with Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. And we're on YouTube and Instagram at Joey143Jenny. And we're also on Facebook at Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. Thanks for coming and watching this video. And I'm just going to get back to adding to my junk journal covers. I wanted to do a few of those and a few videos of those, and I have a few more in my mind, but I don't know if I'm going to do it right away or not, so we'll see how it goes. For sure, I think I'll probably do another video using Christmas. Okay, before I get started on that, I wanted to show you some beautiful things that a friend of mine gave me. So in the workshop that I did, the junk journal workshop, she was one of the attendees that came. And remember, I told you that one of them was a friend of mine that had a store down the street from mine when I had mine. We were both in the little historic district in a nearby town. Well, anyways, she came and she brought me this wonderful gift. And isn't this bag gorgeous? So pretty. But let's look and see. She brought me these beautiful, different vintage. Look at this vintage tooling. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it has some glitter kind of woven in. And then look at this. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. You know I'll be making something out of that. Love it. And then this gorgeous vintage Grosgain. That would be beautiful as a spine, wouldn't it? And then this, look, this is just feels like butter. It's so old. And then look how fun that is. This braided. You don't see pins like that anymore, do you? I don't know if you can even see it. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so that was super fun. And then the goodies did not end there. I'm going to set that over here. Oh, this. I mean, this is great for fall journals. Isn't that neat? That would be beautiful on a spine or as a belly band or something. It's very pretty. Super soft too. It doesn't look like it would be soft. It almost looks like it would be burlap feeling, but it's not. It's really soft. So thanks, Deb. These are all awesome. Oh, and I've got more, but I wanted to show you this card too. And then I haven't seen this before, this color. Look at that. This is almost like a, oh, I don't know. It's a tealish blue, but it's kind of smoky looking. It's a very muted color, although the fabric is somewhat, well, no, the fabric's not, but this binding is a little bit shiny. So pretty. That'll be gorgeous in a journal or on anything else. Oh, wow. Look at this one. This will be beautiful in a Christmas journal or fall. And it's cream colored, but maybe with a slight tint of pink. It's very, very pretty. Very pretty. And then similar type of braided style. This is a, wow, look at that. This is a blue braided with the cream on the side, and then it has all these different colors woven in the cream. I don't know if you can see that or not. And this feels like silk. So does this one. This one feels like silk too. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thanks again, Debbie. I really appreciate it. That was a really sweet surprise, and I will definitely use them. And then this gorgeous card. She said, oh, I figured you could figure out a way to break it up and do something with it. And I'm like, oh, I don't know if I could break it up. I love it so much together, and to know that she gave it to me. But isn't that pretty? that die cut there. Isn't that pretty? And then it has this sweet little bunny. I don't know if you can see that or not. And then it has a pretty tree with a bird here. Love it, love it, love it all. Oh, and then 2 of these little black ribbon. That'll be very handy in my Christmas journal for tags and such. Wonderful, wonderful gift. She knows my love for vintage everything, and she knows I love fabric and lace and ribbons and trims, etc. Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, so I wanted to also, I'll put this down there too. Just show you what the journal covers that I did in the last video, how they kind of turned out. So here is this one. So this was the one that I just took pages from the Junk Journal Studio fall kit and of the fall bounty, and I just dipped them in water and then I Mod Podged them on here. And as you can see, as it dried, it did turn this fabric tarp. You know, some colors ran, and you can see this isn't as vibrant, but I don't care. I think it turned out good. And then I backed it and stitched around it and also added some pockets. I did that yesterday. Well, after the video. What I did with these pockets, so you can see that a 8.5 by 11. So let's say this was a journal page. It's going to have plenty of room here. So I can add bigger pages if I want, or lace or whatever. Yeah, so it extends, but these pockets didn't extend because I just used them for an 8.5 by 11 going across. So, but what I did was I took the fabric and I wrapped it around some leftover manila folder, you know, like a file folder, just to give it a little bit of stiffness there. So that one. And then probably what I'll do is, this is some cheesecloth that's brown, and maybe I'll I don't know, do something, maybe I haven't decided just yet, something, you know, maybe with that. This is that vintage Grosgain I got for 50 cents at that flea market the last time Joey and I went. So maybe, you know, wrap it like this. Maybe. We'll see. And then I also found this in my stash. So maybe do something with that as well. Is that pretty? So there's that one. This is the one I probably need to get busy on because I think it's the one I'm going to use to make my journal first. Okay, so then this one was the one that I made with the brown paper bag and just Mod Podged it on, you know, one sheet on. And then what I did was I just sewed some fabric, and then I used some doily to make the pockets. And once that signature's in, this will be a little bit firmer. Not much, but a little bit. And then with the rest of the doily, my thought was to kind of put it here once I decide what I'm going to wrap it with, and then you know, use it as the spine to kind of help with that spine. I thought that would be very pretty. And the way that it's cut, it kind of go around that bird. So that's the thought with that one. Then this was the one that I did with the paper bag and the napkins. I love the way it turned out. But the birds that I put on last, they really just got lost. They got lost in the all the other stuff behind it. So what I did was, this was that test page that I used, and so I went ahead and just glued it on, but I did leave it, I glued it just on the 3 sides so I could sneak a little secret in there. And then this is as far as I've gotten in here. Now you can see, and this is what I wanted to tell you, you don't have to have a lot of fancy schmance to make a fun journal. So like, it's a paper bag with, I used orange tissue paper on the background, and then I just put some, tore up some other napkins, okay? And then here, I don't know if you can see this, but here's part of a pocket, and here's part of a dart. So this was actually a shirt at one time. And there wasn't enough, so the shirt only went to about right here, but it was tailored. And so there really wasn't enough without going into this little pocket thing here. So I thought, well, it's fine. It adds a little bit of character to it all, and I thought it looked cute. So there's that one. Okay, so those are 3 we've done. And then today I thought I'd get started on another one. I guess I didn't realize I had done the back of that. Okay. Oh, on this one, this is another thing I thought I might do. I'm tearing stuff up here. Is just take some scraps. We'll see. Take some scraps and kind of go around the corners here. I thought that might add a touch. Like that. Okay, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, so then the next thing I wanted to do, I wanted to do the same type of process for these two, like do two journal covers, very similar, but one with paper, one with fabric. So I decided I'm going to use this one because it's paper for the paper one, and this one I think I could use my Fabri-Tac, and it'll, if I need to, and we'll use that one for fabric. And then I have these. I bought at a thrift store 6 of these, and it was $3. I thought it was a steal because I thought, well, I can use it for something. Initially, what I thought I would do is crochet a rug, and I did start it, but my hands could not do it. It hurt too bad to do it. So I have these. I don't even know if I'll keep them, you know, for, I don't know what I'll do too much with them, but I don't think I need this much. Plus I have one of each in the other room. But I do think I will use them for journal covers and a few different things, journals, so I can keep some. All right, without further ado. So, what I wanted to do, where's my ruler? Is I wanted to somewhat quilt each one of these. I'm kind of not saying what I want to say here, but so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear this in half here because I don't think I need both. It's going to make sense in a minute. I'm having a hard time bringing it to words, but it'll make sense in a minute. So what I'm going to do is kind of like I've done before with fabric, and I'm going to do it again with fabric with those fabric balls. But what I thought I would do is just start putting things down like this, putting some paper down as if it were fabric. And this is how I also make some of my fabric patchwork strips, I guess I should say. Patchwork strip journal covers. I got something stuck in there. Okay, let's see if that works better. Okay. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this to cover that corner like that, all the way to the corner. And because this one's super long, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. I probably won't trim each time until the end, but this one was a little bit, you know, long because we're at the short spot. Okay. Then I could actually use the back side. But the thing about the next one that I wanted to do is turn down a little bit to make it a little bit nicer there. And also, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue underneath and a little bit of glue here to overlap. And then I think also what'll happen is it'll be nice because I want to stitch it. So see, I'm just going to do that, and I'll go ahead and cut this one off too since it's short. Or long. Oh, sorry. Okay. So basically what I'm trying to do is with each piece, I'm trying to go off the page a little bit and then off the page a little bit. So kind of if I were to do that. So you can do different widths. You can do big, you know, thick, thin, whatever. And I'm hoping it works. I didn't try it first. So see, this one would go off at about right there. So since this one's shorter, I think I'm going to try this one first. I might need to piece a couple because I can see that it may not reach the whole width. And I'll show you what I mean here in a second. Just the only reason I'm turning this down is just to look a little bit more finished on the page, and then I'm going to stitch it. The plan is to stitch it at wherever these two connect, you know, so right here. Okay, so see here, I'm trying to get it to where it goes off of there. Okay. So I'll just put a little bit there, a little bit there. Okay. All right. So as a reminder, this is the Junk Journal Studio Fall Bounty Kit. Well, there's several different that go with the Fall Bounty. So go on to the Junk Journal Studio Etsy and check it out. You're going to love them if you haven't already done that. A couple of you have already said you've done that, so that's cool. What was I going to tell you? Oh, if you go back a couple of days, maybe last week sometime, I can't remember exactly the day, but if you'll go back, you'll see that I have one labeled freebie. And if you go into that one, go into the description, you'll see that there is a free digital. And then, get this, if you go over to the Junk Journal on Facebook, Junk Journal Fans, F-A-N-S, you will be able to see other design team members that have freebies, and they're all different. So all of ours are different. Oh gosh, okay. I might not have needed to glue so much here. That still could come down more. Ugh, I should have waited. Let's see if I can hurry and get one done. Let's do one more of these real fast. Anyways, the freebies are so amazing. And also the design team members, you know, go in and watch their videos and, you know, subscribe to their YouTube channels. Okay. Get that down there. So now I have, let's see, I have them running different directions. That's fine. The wording, so some is going up, some is going down, and that's fine. probably end up putting a centerpiece, you know, a focal point on this anyways. And like you can see here, this wording is going that way. Okay, we're getting there. We got that one down at least. Let's see, what else? So this is where I'll probably need to piece some things. So I'm going to take this one. I should have grabbed more different papers, some other papers. Let me grab this real quick. Whoopsie. Okay. This one may be just enough. Cut it too. It may be just enough to get us by on the other end. We'll see. Okay. We'll see what happens. Let's look. I can always print more, remember. So if that goes there, will this one fit here? And it does. Okay, good. So let's turn them both under a little bit. Both under a little bit. Okay, I'm going to have to trim that one down just a smidgy. Well, I don't guess I have to trim it. I'll just glue over it for the next row. Now, if you didn't want to glue this tab down, you know, like turn it over, you wouldn't have to. You could just collage. I mean, yeah, you could just collage on here. I just wanted to do this because I wanted it to kind of a little bit look like quilting. Once I, whoopsie, yikes. Once I sew it. And then again, you don't even have to sew it. You know, you could just glue it. Okay. See. So a little bit of that'll get cut off, but not a whole lot. Okay. I'm going to have to add to this one too, it looks like. And I could just splice this together, which I think is what I'm going to do, because I think this is a really neat pattern. This gingham, this brown gingham. Oh, I love gingham. I love it. I have some napkins, some cloth napkins, just about this color and just about this check size. Okay. Turn that under. And let's see if I can somewhat match them. I don't think I'm going to be able to. Maybe a little bit here. All right. So it's been a pretty, somewhat active day. I don't want to say busy because it wasn't like exhausting in any way. But I got up, went to see my mom, ran some errands, with her for a little bit, and then stopped by our church to pick up some information for a poster I'm going to make, and visited with our church secretary for a while, who is a delight. It was super fun. Then came home, and yesterday I wasn't feeling so good. So yesterday all I accomplished was laundry. So I have a few things waiting for me today that I didn't get done. Joey brought me chicken fried rice last night on his way home from work. I'm going to cut that off. Just right there for now. Feeling like nothing happened today, so that's cool. And then had lunch, dinked around and got a few things done. Oh, I had gone to the grocery store. Just a quick shop, in and out. I headed over to Aldi's, which I absolutely love. Our Aldi's isn't gigantic, and so, if you're just like, oh, I just need to grab a few things for dinner or whatever, it's, you don't have to park at the big parking lot and get your cart and all that. So, yeah, so I just thought I'm just going to run to Aldi's. I only needed a couple of things and grab some spinach and a few other things. I think I'm going to make Joey a pot pie tonight, a beef pot pie. So that is on the ticket when I get done with the video, is to go start on that. So this one is barely going to make it. Once you get to that middle point, then it gets small again. You know that probably. Do I have any more paper like this? Oh, here it is. So we'll be able to use that there. And I'm running out of different kinds of paper. Let's use this. This is pretty. It's not it doesn't have it's just like a background page, but that's all right because I'm gonna, it'll have doily or something on it anyways. This will be a nice addition, and it'll buy us a little space. Let's do this first. So yeah, it's been a nice day. I went to see my mom. I always love doing that. We didn't get a whole lot of time to visit because I was running errands, and then by the time I got back, I think she was kind of tired, and I told her I'd come back over and we'd visit. I like to go over there. I told Jen, get out my crochet that I leave there, that Afghan, and if I can get on it every time I go over there, then I'll maybe have it done by cold weather. I leave it over there. I like to pull it out. She has it in her front closet. I like to pull it out when I'm over there. Okay. Let's do another one of these. See, it does, I mean, it's a little, time consuming in the sense that you kind of pick out what what you want to put, but the process is pretty quick, and it's a fun way to make a journal cover. And for the ladies that were at the workshop that I did, the junk journal workshop, hi ladies, I had told them that I would do some junk journal covers for them to see. Oh, another thing I meant to tell you is I'll go ahead and I'll make a playlist of junk journal covers, and I've done some other junk journal covers on here. I don't know if any of you've seen those, but I'm gonna look for them and I'll put them under the same, the same playlist, so that if that's just what you're looking for, it'll be easy for you to find. Okay, something is stuck in that glue tip, and I'm not getting as much glue as I normally would out of it. I need to soak it in some hot water. Oh, I almost poked myself. Try to get it cleared out. Okay. All right. Now, where is that? There it is. Is it big enough yet? No. So I think I'm going to do the same thing we did earlier with this. There we go. Okay. It's a beautiful day here today. When I get done with this, once I get dinner in the oven, my thought is to go outside and to kind of start trimming back some flowers out of the garden that, have already shown that they can't really take any cool weather, or maybe they're waterlogged. Some of them really had gotten a little waterlogged because we've had some rain. And I don't know, certain plants do not like that. They don't like all that water. Okay. Anyways, yeah, so they're not, I don't know why, but they're not happy. And I have some pots out front that have been performing really, really well, but since we got the rain, they're not happy. And we even had a nice sunny day, and I thought, well, they'll perk up, but they didn't. So I'm kind of thinking they need to be, I don't know, pruned or something. It's about time to get the pumpkins anyways. I usually fill my, now see, what's happened is I've lost my angle, because my angle should go like this, but it has started going like that. Yeah, so what I do is I have some pots out front, and I've had beautiful flowers in them. I've always loved how nice the flowers look in there. And then what I do is I go to our little farmer's market pumpkin patch thing that's just right around the corner. If the train tracks did not run in front of our house and you could walk across, which you cannot, but if you could, you would end up at this little farmer's market pumpkin patch deal. So that's how close it is. So anyways, I'll go get pumpkins, and these pots that I have, which were a gift from a very sweet, sweet friend. They're just the right size to put 2 big old pumpkins in. So I set the pumpkins right in those pots, and they look awesome. Okay. I think this is going to turn out okay. Now here in just a second, I am going to pause you, and I'm going to sew it. And I'll come back and show you what that looks like. And then hopefully I'll have enough time to start on the fabric one to show you kind of how I do the fabric one. I've done the fabric style before, so but I'm going to try to get the process started for you on this video. Now what could we put right there? Let's see if I've copied the back at all. Well, let's just put this down. I'm trying to go the same direction on them. Trying. I'm so grateful for all of you, for you guys hanging out with me, and you know, those that are new and they have subscribed and come from other artists and hanging out with us. I'm just really tickled about it. Super excited to have you. Thank you for those that are putting some sweet pictures on our Facebook to show what you're up to. I love that. Let's just finish it off with this. I've got it already turned down. Okay. Alrighty. Looks good. So see, and now all I'm going to do is I'm going to just go around and trim the back off. It's the same process if it was fabric, you would do the same thing. Oopsie. To get my little alcohol pads out and clean these shears off, these scissors off. See, isn't that pretty? Now I'm not going to fold it just yet. I'm going to sew it first. But it's pretty, isn't it? Or I think it's pretty. Okay, I'm going to pause you, find my needle to put back in my glue, and I'm going to sew it, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I sewed this, and basically all I did was I just took a straight stitch right down that folded area that I folded. And it turned out pretty good. So, whoopsie, I hit you. Sorry about that. So I'm just gonna, I'll fold it and it'll be a nice journal cover. Now, on the inside, whatever I decide to do here, whether it's just paper or fabric or whatever, when I put it down, probably glue it, then I'll go all the way around the perimeter of the journal, stitching it in. So, also, one thing I wanted to tell you, do you remember these have those little, what are they called, like styrofoam things in the middle, because that helps to cushion whatever you got in the mail. And I used a envelope that was complete, so it wasn't just one piece of the envelope, it was the front and the back, so it's actually doubled. So one thing is, you'll want to test your sewing machine, but when it hits those little bubbles, sometimes the sewing machine will breathe hard at you, and I just trudged through it. Mine seemed to do fine. I just have one of these inexpensive ones, and it seemed to do just fine. Oh my gosh, I keep hitting you. Apologize for that again. Ugh. All right, so then, and another thing I do is I just keep my thread in these little, what are these called? Like little portion packs. And so I had my white in here, so now I have my white on the machine, so I put this in there. So that helps me to keep those together. That's not like rocket science, but if you don't have something like that, it might be helpful. All right, so now I'm going to use this one. This is the plastic one. So let me just slide this over here. And it's the same, it's really the same process. Find where this is. Where's that at? There's no telling. There, okay. Okay, so I normally would iron, but this is going to be scrappy and scrappy. So I'm using scraps, and it's going to be scrappy in the way it's made. I cut that off just because I think that this blue will show through if I don't. So I'm going to lay that over. I left myself quite a bit. And then I'm going to take the next one to make sure it's going to be long enough. And I might just go ahead and do this one too while I'm at it. These, to me, look like they could have been sheets at one time. Okay, so then what I do for the first one, maybe I'll take a little dab of my glue just to kind of hold that one in place a little bit. So put that over there. Okay. Just to hold it in place while I maneuver this one. So on fabric, if you're going to use a sewing machine, so I laid this one down, okay, like that. On fabric, you're going to put right sides together. You want to make sure that when you fold it back down, it's going to cover the whole thing. So I'm going to put right sides together, and I'm just going to sew right along there. Oh, I wanted to tell you on the other one, because those little styrofoam balls, I made my stitches a little longer. So that might be something to think about. All right. This goes a little bit quicker than what it's going to go here, because you probably won't be dealing with a camera and all. But so right sides together. And you'll have your designated sewing spot or wherever you're going to do it. And I think you probably could glue this if you had a good like Fabri-Tac, because of this plastic probably would need something that was a little bit, you know, would withstand that. Okay. Oopsie, I didn't get that one. Uh-oh, I'll have to fix that. Okay, so you see how we're layering this on down, but I didn't get this one. It curled and I didn't get it. So what I'll probably do is top stitch that one. Let's do that real fast. Not really what I wanted to do, but I didn't see it, and I've already stitched the other ones down. So I'm just gonna top stitch it like that. Let's see if we salvaged it. What happened? It didn't sew at all. Okay, I have my top thread. And I have my bottom thread. Something going on here. I ran out of bobbin on the last one, so I had to thread a bobbin. I mean, it was like within a few stitches of turning the camera off. I had to, whoopsie, redo the bobbin. All right, let's get this rethreaded here. This is just real life in sewing, but it is a simple project, believe it or not. Now, why didn't that sew down? We're going to try one more time. Just folding that over just to catch where it didn't catch. Okay. All right, so now, there we go. Got it sewn. Okay, let's put another layer, and then I'll finish it up off camera, and I will show it to you in the next video. So this one, okay, that's the wrong side. I want to give it plenty of room to be able to fold over. So we have right sides together. Now I also have a video doing this with batting, you know, on like quilt, like you're going to quilt, which is probably a little bit easier. You don't have this slickness to deal with, and you can pin everything. You could pin this too, but I'm not. I'm just zipping it. But it's the same process. It's nice to have these long strips, and then you don't have to piece unless you run across. Oh, I think I'm doing it again. I don't think I'm pulling it up high enough. Let's just see. I think I lost track of where I'm pulling it up at. Yeah. All right. I need to sew a little higher. All is not lost yet because we're still on this one. Go up a little bit higher. It does struggle a smidge because of the bubbles in there, and you can hear them popping, and because it's slick on the bottom. So there's not a whole lot for it to grip to. Tangled up. I missed it again. Interesting. Wonder if this will just pull off since it's not. Nope. All right, well, I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to do it one more time, and then I'll show you, and then I'll finish her up off camera. So yeah, this one really slid around. That purple slid too. So I'm going to, maybe I need to think about putting a little glue tab down. It struggles. It struggles because I can feel that it's slick, and it's like, what am I doing? Where am I going? Okay, better. So that's going to be cute. That'll be on your, that'll be the journal. All right, I'll finish it up, and I'll put some pictures on Instagram and Facebook, and then I'll also show you when we come back for the next session. Well, thanks everyone for hanging out with me and for sewing and for making this journal cover. That was super fun. And have to decide which. I think this is going to be the front. And then I'll find something to put on it. Maybe. I don't know. I kind of like it. Maybe just a bunch of lace or something. But thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you get a chance to craft or watch a video or talk to your buddy about a fun craft or something like that. Even if it's just cutting your kids' sandwiches into a star. Do something crafty. Well, thanks everyone. And just a reminder, we pray blessings over you and we want you to know you're so loved. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.